Hello my lovelies, welcome to my channel, Lifeforce Unlimited. My name is Amanda. I'm a natural psychic medium and a visionary. I'm also a psychic and inspirational artist, and I usually include a piece of my work when I'm doing the oracle messages for you. And this month, for July, here's my painting, which is called Into the Blue. When I do a painting, or a commission for somebody, I only use the three favourite colours, to which I added sacred water from Glastonbury Chalice Well, and also sacred ash, which is known as vibhuti. So this is an ash or a powder that is manufactured in the hands of an Indian avatar called Sai Baba. And what he did was just rub his hands together and this ash would appear. And it has healing properties and qualities, and you can place a little bit on a finger and just put it under your tongue, and it tastes of Parma violets. So this little pot I've had for perhaps 35 years or more, and however much I've used, it has never ever diminished. So this plus the water is added to my paint and then put on the canvas. So when anybody views any of my artwork, they get a blast of this lovely healing energy. And also the three colours that you choose are associated with various areas of your body, of your physical body. So the colours of the spectrum or the rainbow are associated with the 12 major organs in our bodies, and also certain emotions that we carry in our lives. So by choosing your three favourite colours, on a subtle level you are asking for healing in those areas of your life, but also when anybody views the piece, so whether you have it in your home or in your office space or in your treatment room, because I do a lot of paintings for therapists to have in their treatment rooms so their clients can feel the benefit of them. So anybody who views the work will get a blast of this lovely healing energy. So that is my intention and the way that I work. So this piece is for the month of July, and it's for all of the 12 signs of the zodiac. And because July, the first 3 weeks, is Cancer energy, we're in the Cancer season, this is water energy, which is to do with our emotions but also our intuition. So there may be something coming through to you guys from this painting that will sustain you throughout the month of July. So that's how I work. These are the energies that I'm working with this month. And so I shall see you all in your individual monthly reading. Hello my lovelies. Here are the oracle messages for Taurus for the month of July. I hope you're all well. I've just tuned in and had a little vision for you, which I think you're going to like. Now, many years ago, I lived in Somerset, and the cottage that we had was the last one in the village, and after that it was just a stile, fences and fields and fields and fields. And one morning when we opened up the curtains, sitting in the drive was a bull, the most enormous bull. And he belonged to the farmer next door, and his name was Sunshine. Not the farmer, but the bull. The bull was called Sunshine. So there's this incredible hunk of beef, just enjoying our garden. We just come up the drive, and well, he wandered up, obviously got out, wandered up the lane, come up our drive, when he was just there in the front garden. So we called the farmer, who eventually came and got him. But the vision started off with that, and then I saw this bull lying down on the grass, sunning himself, having a lovely sunbathe. Well, he was called Sunshine. Sunbathing, having his lovely rest on the front grass, and he was doing a back roll, you know, and legs up in the air. and it wasn't being disturbed at all. It was just having this lovely, slow, sunny afternoon, enjoying the sunshine, enjoying the grass. And then I saw him gently, slowly getting up, and he went over to a little flower bed and sort of starts munching on some of the flowers. But then he used his right front paw, and started digging away at the earth. And he unearthed a treasure chest. So there was this clunk as his hoof hit this chest, and he kept digging away and digging away. And eventually this wooden chest was unearthed. By that time the farmer showed up and just took him by the ring in his nose and just led him gently, strolling back down the lane, taking his time. And there was a sort of a skip in his gait as he got to the usual place where he was spent his days in a field, because they walked past that and into a new one, into a different field where there's some lovely meadow ladies there waiting for him. And so this was pastures new, a lovely pastures new for Sunshine the Bull. And then the scene opened up to County Show, where Sunshine was among some other bulls being shown for a prize. And he was being walked around the arena by the farmer in a white coat. And he was just taking his time, and he was strolling along, and he just had this air of, I don't really need to bother, do I? It's got to be me. I am the best. I'm the best looking. I'm the best groomed. I'm very, very handsome. Look at me. I'm just gorgeous. Sure enough, he was given the top prize. And as he was being led back to the sort of holding area, his eyes fell upon a beautiful golden Guernsey cow, a lovely lady cow, and he sort of went and winked at her, and she sort of went ooh, back at him. So there was this lovely cheeky encounter between bull and cow. And then he was shown to be in the auction ring, where again he just strolled in. He was shown, and lots of people were bidding on him. And again, he was just very nonchalant about the whole thing, but he got the very best price, thousands and thousands of pounds. So I've asked what this vision is for you, and it feels lovely because there's this sort of laconic energy to the bull, which is Taurus. And yes, it's a male energy, but it does apply to the ladies as well. That there's a sense of, at the beginning of the vision, an escape or a sense of freedom, getting out of a field. So whatever field of endeavour you are in, whether it's in the corporate world or in an office or whatever it is you're doing, the gate is open. So there's this freedom. You can walk. You don't have to run. You can stroll out of this field, up the lane, and into a garden of loveliness, and just have a bit of a rest. So for some of you, I feel you've been working in a certain field of endeavour for a very long time, which is a sort of typical Taurian thing to do. But there's this sense of either boredom and discontent, or you're coming to retirement, or you feel like you want a change of scene, and that deep down you know something's going to show up. And for some of you, I feel you really do need a rest. So you've been working long and hard for some of you many years, that you feel you need a good rest. You need to get some sunshine. You need to lie down in a pretty garden and have a lovely back roll. But also something is about to be unearthed. So it didn't take the Sunshine the Ball long to unearth or dig up this treasure chest. And it wasn't far away from where he lived either, because he lives in the next field to where we lived. And I feel that part of that little snippet of the vision is that you can assist somebody else with unearthing a treasure. So whether it is monetary, whether it is emotional, physical, whatever, but it can actually be life-changing for somebody else. Yes, you might be a part of that because you've maybe instigated the unearthing of something, and Taurus is earth energy. And then whoever this is, the other person this applies to, a little bit of effort on their behalf to pull this treasure chest up out of the ground. But I feel it's been there quite a long time, and so on the one hand it might be, yes, it's your pension, and it's something that you've been working towards for years, but also this feels to me that for some of you it's a waking up time, that it's coming to a realization of other aspects of yourself that are you don't have to put a huge amount of effort into. It's just there. It is within you. It's that knowingness. It's that intuition. It's that ancient wisdom. Ancient wisdom. It's in your bones. It's in your crystalline structure. And it's just very slowly, very gently waking up. And you have an ability to share that with others. And also a meeting of like-minded folk. So with the farmer coming to get you, the farmer feels like, yes, it is your higher self. It's your guides, it's your guardians, it's your ascended masters saying, come on, sunshine, let's take you into another field. So you walk past the old one. Well, you've been all right, and you're led into another field of endeavour where there's some meadow ladies. And meadow ladies is a term a farmer friend of mine used for cows. Ladies that live in the meadows. So this says to me, you have an opportunity for a new field of endeavour. You have an opportunity to meet new people. I'm hearing an old song now. One man went to mow a meadow. One man and his dog went to mow a meadow. And then lots of them men went to mow a meadow. So the cow mowing a meadow would be munching away on the grass. So this says to me that there is more people coming into your life to mow this meadow or this field of endeavour. And the meadow ladies is that lovely feminine energy. So it's Venus. And Venus rules Taurus. And Venus is not only the goddess of love, she's the goddess of wealth and beautiful things and the earth and such like. So something is presenting itself to you, but it feels like it is at exactly the right time. This feeling of, as a musical term, segue, S-E-G-U-E. So it's going from one tempo into another in a very seamless way. So for some of you, moving out of one way of earning a living or living your life, or perhaps even where you're living. So it could be a home move, it could be a country move. So there is some sort of upheaval, but everything will be taken care of. There's just this this full of solar comic. He's just so okay, all right. So it's taking everything in your stride, taking this change, this feeling. Yeah, you know, it's about time I had a change. I really feel I've done this for long enough. I've paid my dues. Now I can move into something completely different. And it will be presented to you. So it's not as though you have to go looking for it. It's just going to show up. And then as we moved into the county show, down here in the West Country, we have plenty of those, and all these beautiful animals are shown for a prize. So there again, you are walking around this arena, or strolling really. It's just a very gentle stroll, looking your best. You've been groomed, you've been fed, you've been watered. You know you're gorgeous. You don't have to try. It's just this. It's inevitable, really, that you'll get the top prize. So whatever it is you're going to be moving into, it can also come at the end of a cycle in your life where recognition and reward are going to show up at last. So you might have been doing a course, you might have been in a career for 30 odd years, you might have graduated from something or other. But you've reached this point during July where you're going to be recognised and rewarded for how gorgeous you really are. And then with a lovely Guernsey cow, you know, having a little wink with each other. This says to me that there's for those of you looking for love, there is a possibility of somebody rather gorgeous coming into your life. Have you ever seen a Guernsey cow? Oh, so sexy. They're just so pretty. They really are absolutely gorgeous creatures. So for some of you, there might be a connection with Guernsey. We don't know. They have potatoes, they have cows, they have beautiful milk, they even have asparagus and garlic too, I think, in Guernsey. And again, with this sort of attraction between you and somebody else is it's easy. There's no huge effort needed, but it seems to be on both sides. So it's not as though there's any desperation from you or desperation from the other partner. It's just this again, recognition on a soul level. So you seeing a beautiful potential partner and going, there you are, we wait for you. And they say, yeah, we wait for you too. So there's no huge, gotta have it. It's just, yeah, okay, divine timing, right time, it's all showing up. And then with the last bit of the vision in the auction room of this beautiful bull being shown to everybody and the highest price being paid for him. This says to me, this bull, this Taurus energy, having the top price, best price paid, is to do with how many meadow ladies he can become a daddy with, if you get my meaning. So if some of you have been working towards something, as I say, for it feels like years rather than months because Taurus takes the time. This top prize, top top amount of money comes after a very, very long time of working towards something. So it doesn't feel like it's overnight success or overnight stardom or anything like that, because you work long and hard towards it. And so there are honours, there are accolades, there are I get the feeling that for some of you it can be like you've had a dream since you were really little, and it could be something like you wanted a story you'd written made into a movie, for example, and it's taken years and years and years for it to get to that point. So the book was written, then the script had to be written, then the script had to be approved, and then the script had to be bought, and then an agent had to be found, and then the actors had to be found, and then the money had to be found, etc., 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 etc. So this long, slow process of getting your dream realised. Now, many years ago, I went to a little place north of San Francisco, and I did a course called Way of the Peaceful Warrior with a lovely guy called Dan Millman, and he wrote a book called Way of the Peaceful Warrior, another one called The Life You Were Born to Live, which was all about numerology. And while I was there, he said, "Oh, I'm going to get my book made into a movie." I said, "Oh, that's wonderful, that's really good news." And you know, it took him 10 years, 10 long years, and it got done, and he had some pretty famous people in it. Nick Nolte was the star in it, and this guy came over to England, and I went to one of his talks, and he told me there and then the movie is being made, but it's, as I say, it took him 10 years from having written the book to getting it on the screen. So this is the sort of thing that I'm seeing for you, and it's about having the patience of a saint and not giving up. Yes, you might have a breather from time to time and sort of put certain things on the back burner, but there's this little nudge within you which says, "Come on, let's try again. Come on, let's just try again. Let's try another route." But I feel that the overall message of the vision is that after a long, slow, steady plod, you are coming to receive what is your due. So the recognition, the reward, partnerships, romantic and otherwise, going into a new field of endeavour, happily saying goodbye to the old one, but it has served you well, unearthing something that is valuable to you, and knowing that it's yours, that you deserve it, it is yours, it has come to you at the right time. So within the month of July, we have two eclipses. First on the 2nd of July, a new moon, and then on the 16th of July, a full moon in Capricorn. And so looking at the energy of these eclipses, how they may affect you, because an eclipse is usually an ending, finishing something, and so a new beginning. So if the second one is in Capricorn, in the 16th, this is a strong indicator for you. But also there will be two more eclipses at the end of the year, in December 26th and in January. again in Capricorn and Cancer. Because you're an earth sign, Capricorn is an earth sign, I get the sense that something will get triggered with the second eclipse this month on the 16th. And in 6 months' time, when we have the second lot of eclipses, that can be another part of the momentum for your the next stage of your recognition and reward. Because I feel this isn't the end. It's not, yes, something's coming up, it's coming to a conclusion, and you think, oh, at last, boom. But it's just like, they're saying, do not rest on your laurels. Because yes, you're going to receive something which is your due, you worked long and hard for, but something even better is going to come out of that further down the line, towards the end of this year and as we move into next year. So well done, my lovelies, well done. You've worked long and hard. And the lovely thing is about it, you will have more than enough to be able to share with other people. So I wish you well in your lovely new endeavours. I'd love to hear your comments. Let me know how you're getting on. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking and sharing. And I'll see you again soon. Lots of love. Bye.